I have something to say to myself, deceased, and I am deceased in the threatening. I did receive delivery of, I think it's a robe, but I didn't open it yet, and two sets of socks. I think 3 pairs of socks in each pack. So that's good. But I got text messages about the delivery that was making me wonder if you know what's wrong with it. Because if you don't, I mean, I have the socks, but it looks like I wouldn't based on the messages I received from my feeder. It's shouted in heaven. My throat doesn't hold the karma that is. I could tell you what the text messages read, but it isn't in the karma that you would know who is doing that, and neither would I, because it's a cellular phone, a personal communication device, and we don't know who the user really is. Who are the users? So if somebody writes a text message that spells out we, W-E, we don't know who is we on a cellular phone personal communication device with internet and text messages. We don't know who are we, who are the people included in we. I don't know that either. And I don't have any karma to tell you that I have a problem. It's deceased so hard. I was wondering if this would come up again elsewheres for you. I'm not saying that I could talk down on you and you're threatening everything that moves. I'm saying I have heavy leverage, deceased on the hoarding in this apartment, hoarding of plastic bags, hoarding of Charles Toe's belongings, hoarding in that closet over there. There was hoarding of cash. I have heavy leverage deceased on the hoarding, and you're doing petty little bad things to myself because you don't know who I am and you don't think there's anything that will change for me about you don't know who I am, and you treat me like I don't know, you expect me to know you personally. I don't think, well, what if we could talk about this elsewhere? What is the foundation of somebody's personality? Because why are you expected to have a name, a body, and a personality that all go together? A personality? Okay, let's say it's a radio personality. So a radio personality would be somebody who's gotten the threatening because they're broadcast on the radio. Anyone can hear if they tune in. Well, so you can't try to sell yourself to that God would give you a personality for yourself to eat it. If it's a radio personality, if everyone tunes in with their radio to an identifiable sound on the radio has a name and it's a personality because people tune in on the radio. You cannot just say, "Hi, my name is," or you could be known repeatedly by the same people. You could say your name is to people who know you, or if someone else has the same last name as you, or if someone else has the same first name as you and they know you, know who you are, then you can't really sell to them that you have a personality equal to if somebody was on the radio and then the radio every radio can tune in a certain space, like let's say a city. You can tune into the radio and hear a personality. Maybe that would be known at some 4 hours period of a day. 5 days a week, 4 days a week. Yeah, 4 days a week. So, for example, if you are somebody who has a body that looks a certain way, it's named and people know your name, and then you want to have a personality and you want other people to know you that way. That's really for you to eat it. And if it's a radio personality, that has the order of that it's in the air, over the air, and everyone has their own radio. Turn it on. You have to turn it on. You have to tune in. And then it's over when you turn it off. And it's also over when it expires in time. So if you have a personality and you're checking somebody's address, you can sell me your personality, but it expires another way. It doesn't expire after a shift for work. If you're a personality in the work, it doesn't expire if you're on a radio show. That's 4 hours, for example. So if your name is Mitch Moser, your personality is never expires, as though you never expire out of 4 hours radio show. You're not like a radio personality that way, even though you use a telephone. Yeah. So that's what's wrong with having a personality, and you want people to know who you are or know you're a certain personality, a certain good person. But it's not true from my point of view at the address. The personality doesn't have an address. The personality has that God has deceased itself with, for example, a microphone and a schedule that somebody might tune into, for example, a radio show. So at the end of the radio show, the personality is finished. It's not a personality that's checking my address and telling me it's a very good person and I have to pay for that. It's really criminal to do that. God might make a radio personality who is not really a very nice person, but it's in the radio, so it is just a personality that way. So I don't afford my feeders. I don't afford my family trying to sell me personalities. I did die out of that already. I died out of the last name, Moser. It's deceased. I don't afford your personalities. I find that I don't afford your personalities to yourselves. And I didn't ask you that question. That's you needing to be elsewheres. You don't like my personality puts me in a hospital, not you. That's interesting that your personalities don't go in a hospital when you think I don't have a nice personality. I don't. It's not a nice personality. I'm not really part of your family. Chris Farley from Saturday Night Live, the movie Tommy Boy. So Chris Farley does a small humor about, well, I would say I can identify with itself. He has a small personality in the expression about family, Tommy Boy and family.